your opponent won't want to attack this brand new Pokemon V. Roll the intro. What is going on, everybody? Hitmonchanting here, back again with another Pokemon trading card game on my deck tech. Today I wanted to talk about Chesnaught V. Chesnaught is actually one of my favorite Pokemon. It is the starter I picked when playing Generation 6, X and Y, when playing those games. And I think when this card was first revealed, a lot of people are hating on it. Not gonna lie, you know, a lot of people think that it's not very good. And I won't lie to you, it's not the best card in the world, but its needle line ability is so interesting and intriguing, I just had to make a video on it. So this ability reads, if your active Chesnaught V is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, even if it's knocked out, put 3 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. And then the interesting thing is this stacks with other Chesnaught V. So if you have 4 Chesnaught V in play, whenever your active Chesnaught V gets hit, you're doing 120 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, which is actually insane. Combine that with the touchdown attack that does 130 for a Grass, and Colorless, and heals 30 damage, along with a Radiant Tsareena, which can heal 30 damage every turn, thanks to its elegant heal ability. Couple that with cards like V-Guard Energy, which lets us take 30 less damage from Pokemon V, and cards like Kricketune with the Swelling Tune ability that give our Grass Pokemon 40 more HP. Chesnaught V has a really bulky and offensive kind of play style where your opponent, if they hit you, they do a lot of damage, and you can touchdown and use a bunch of healing effects and cards to heal your damage, so that the next time they hit you, they're probably going to get knocked out and you're still going to be left standing. So what are the other components to this deck? Well, we're playing a 2-2 line of Grookey and Rillaboom with the Voltage Beat ability, because it allows you to search your deck for 2 Grass Energy cards, attach them to one of your Pokemon. And we just have 3 Rare Candy in the deck, as well as a 2-2 line of Kricketot and Kricketune to buff up our Chesnaught V's HP. We also have a 4 line of Battle VIP Pass, along with 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball, because we want to get our Chesnaught out, and even if we have all our Chesnaught, we want to get our Radiant Tsareenas out, and that kind of stuff. So the Hisuian Heavy Ball really good in this deck, combined with 4 Quick Ball, and that is basically all we have for Pokemon search. You know, we have Ordinary Rods to get our Chesnaughts back into the deck, as well as some switching cards, and we have some Turffield Stadiums to search for our evolution Pokemon here. Now we're playing a couple of different supporters in this deck, all for different reasons. We're playing 2 Colress Experiment and 3 Marnie. The reason we're playing the Colress, even though this isn't really a Lost Zone deck, is because Colress actually lets you pick the cards that you want to get from the top 5 instead of drawing a bunch of cards that could potentially be dead with Marnie. But sometimes you also just need to shuffle your hand and put it at the bottom and disrupt your opponent. So that's why it's good to have a blend of Colress and Marnie in this deck. And now we also are playing 2 copies of Professor's Research, 1 Roxanne to disrupt our opponent even further, as well as 3 of the brand new Serena Supporter, which acts as our gusting effect, or end up discard up to 3 cards from your hand and draw till you have 5. So another really good draw option. We play 3 Cape of Toughness in this deck, so we can give our Chesnaught even more HP, as well as 2 of the brand new Forest Seal Stone that lets us use the Star Alchemy V-Star power and search our deck for any 1 card. This item greatly enhances the the consistency of this deck, because you can put that on a Chesnaught and find the missing piece to get your Rillaboom up and running or whatever. We play 2 V-Guard Energy here to reduce damage from Pokemon V, 1 Capture Energy to help us get our setup going a little bit easier, and then 9 Grass Energy so we can get our Chesnaughts up and running to attack. So that is basically going to be the entire deck here, and we're just going to hop right into some games and hopefully get some dubs with Chesnaught V. My opponent is calling the coin flip here. I would say tails never fails, but we won already, so I'm just going to absolutely accept to go first here. And we have a really good start, actually. Oh, I'm very happy with this. I'm excited to see what my opponent is going to be playing, but I think we're going to be in for a pretty good game here. Vikavolt. Okay, good thing we started with the VIP pass, because now we can get some of our Chesnaughts down, and we have 2 quick balls. So I think what we want to do is, I don't know if they're playing the Regieleki, our Grookey can't get knocked out, but if they're playing the Zapdos version, it can. So I'm gonna attach the V-Guard to Chesnaught right here. I'll quick ball away Colress, grab myself, we need 1 Chesnaught from the prizes, but I think I'll grab a Kricketot here. And then I want to grab another Grookey. just to be safe, because if this gets knocked out, we're going to be in a very terrible spot. So having that other Grookey just to be safe is good. And now the ball is in my opponent's court. They're going to use their trekking shoes, and we'll get a chance to see what version of Vikavolt they're playing here, because even having the Zapdos version that only does 10 more damage is really, really useful, because you can get some turn 1 donks, such as like on this Grookey, for example. My opponent getting rid of the boss's orders, which is good. That means they have one less chance to trap our Pokemon. And they have a quick ball here, so we're going to get to see what they're going to bring out. My bet would be the Regieleki version, but you never know. On the PGO ladder, you know, sometimes some different funky versions can be played. So they're grabbing Radiant Greninja to hopefully help them draw more cards. And they really need to get a, what's it called? A good start going here. There's another Vikavolt coming down. The other thing too, there's that Melanie, so they are going to get the item lock. Another thing I didn't take into consideration actually is when we can't use items, we can't use our, what's it called? We can't use our Rare Candy to evolve into Rillaboom, so we have to stop the item lock somehow, which is very interesting. We also can't play tools. It is going to really restrict us in how we do these things. They're getting rid of another boss's orders here, so we're in a pretty good spot. There's that Regieleki coming down, so it is the Regieleki version. They got that choice belt on Vikavolt, and now the good thing is when they hit into our Chesnaught, they're going to be doing damage to themselves, so I'm not too worried about that. But there goes the 50 damage, and we're just going to Marnie my opponent because we want to get some energy this turn. Trying to capture energy, but that's about all that we can play. So I'm going to capture energy on this Chesnaught. And I could grab Serena, but I think the other Chesnaught is the play. And then next turn we can actually use Turffield right now. We'll get Turffield, grab Kricketune, and get that guy into play. And then maybe next turn we'll have to Serena stall a turn, or we'll just research everything away and hopefully find some more energy. There's Pokestop. Pokestop could be decent for us too to help us thin our decks out a little bit. My opponent gonna get rid of another Regieleki, which is good, and Lumineon, which is really, really good for us actually. Them having that air balloon is good for if they get Greninja in the active, but what we might have to do is, putting it on the Regieleki V is interesting, because Regieleki VMAX, if you guys don't know, has free retreat, so that's kind of a waste of a spot. They should be putting that on Radiant Greninja. Now they're getting their other Regieleki down, and they're gonna quick ball, maybe trying to find Crobat. There's the Crobat. I was thinking if they were gonna find Lumineon, but Lumineon is discarded, so they can't do that. And they're gonna get a clean dark asset for 6 cards. And let's see, my opponent going to keep getting their other Vikavolt ready. One of our strategies here might be to boss something up, considering they played an air balloon, and they have gotten rid of an escape rope, so we'll see what they do here. We gotta wait till they kind of burn through their resources and then stall them out a little bit. They have the Transistor ability online, which makes this Vikavolt do 30 more damage, which is going to knock out our Grookey, unfortunately, even after the Swelling Tune ability. And now we could bring a Chesnaught into the active, which I think we might, as I don't think this deck couldn't play Path to the Peak because it would just disrupt them. So we'll bring Chesnaught in, and we just need to find some energies here. We have Serena, we have Pokestop. I think I just want to research this hand away. At this point, like, there's not much to do. We just want to find some grass energy, and that's good. We can actually play Radiant Tsareena down. We'll put this grass energy into play, and then we'll play a Pokestop here, just to kind of thin our deck down a little bit. I'll pass to my opponent. So I brought up the Chesnaught with the V-Guard energy because they can hit into it. They're going to do less damage, and they're going to take 90 damage because of our Chesnaughts here. So that'll be good for us. And we just need to find a grass energy, and then we can start attacking with Touchdown. And now, when we attack with Touchdown, we'll actually knock out this Vikavolt on this next turn. And now, them getting the Regielekis up and running is a little bit concerning. Right now, we have 270 HP, and we're healing with Radiant Tsareena. But they're going to be doing, 50? They're going to be doing 140 per turn. So 120, we can survive 2 to 3 hits depending on how much we heal. So this is going to be an interesting game for sure. They have taken the first prize, and they can, after they knock out a Chesnaught, we can Roxanne them down to 2 cards in the hand. But they do have Radiant Greninja, which can help them withdraw. They have 3 energy. What is that? 5, 6, 7. I know that this deck usually plays about 9. So there's that Paralyzing Bolt doing 110 damage, but they're going to take quite a bit from the Needle Line ability. And now we can Elegant Heal and heal ourselves up. And we can't even attack this turn, unfortunately. I think I'm just going to bump that Pokestop with Turffield, and we'll grab that Rillaboom. And now the item lock really is hurting us here, because if we didn't have the item lock going, we would be doing really well for ourselves. But I just want to wait. We need to find and draw an energy, basically. But if they hit into this Chesnaught enough times, they're going to get knocked out. So I think 2 more times and they're gone. So if they can hit into us 1 more time, and we can heal that and find an energy, we can heal more. Oh, they're actually going to go for the Super Zap Cannon here, it looks like. Just get a clean knockout. But that is going to take off our item lock if they decide to do that. And it opens up our Rock Sand capabilities. So I'm very actually happy if they want to do that, because then we can knock out this Vikavolt. They'll bring up the other one, start item locking us, but that's okay, because we'll have Rillaboom up and running here. And then we can kind of just sweep the game from there. Like, not much they can do. We have Ordinary Rod and we have Quick Ball. So we get this Chesnaught back into play. I'm actually not very concerned about this setup now. I really do want them to Super Zap Cannon us here. I want them to take the knockout, which is something you don't really find yourself saying. Well, because we have what? We have 270 HP in total. Well, they're going to go for another Pokestop here. Are they going to thin their deck down a little bit more? They only have 8 cards remaining. Oh, no, they're going to Marnie us. That's unfortunate. Oh, man. Okay. Well, if we can find a Turffield, if we can find a certain combination of cards, we could be okay. We do have the Forest Seal Stone, and we do have the Ordinary Rod here, so I think we'll be fine. Even if they take the knockout here, I'm not too concerned. We could even just Forest Seal Stone for research or something, and get, you know, some more cards. They're going to Super Zap Cannon us, taking a bunch of damage in return. Got to discard their energy. And they're taking another 90, so hopefully we can get the attack off of this turn. We're going to bring Chesnaught into the active spot. And now we are going to wreak havoc on my opponent. There's that Rare Candy, so I'm actually going to go for the Forest Seal Stone play here. We'll do the Forest Seal Stone. Ordinary Rod, some of our friends back into the deck. We'll just get 1 Chesnaught. And we can get 2 energies back. Now we will Star Alchemy. Do we have another Turffield? We do have a Turffield Stadium in here. So we'll grab that Turffield, play that down, and then we'll grab our good pal Rillaboom. So now we can power up multiple Chesnaughts at once. And we'll get one to Rillaboom here and go for a nice voltage beat, getting 2 energy onto this Chesnaught V. And we can get this other Chesnaught V prepped as well. Boom. Touchdown for the KO. Now, they can item lock us all they want, but basically, we're going to be doing enough damage to them in return so that... And we get another Chesnaught. Awesome. So they can go for another Super Zap Cannon and try and knock us out here. They're going to be doing 250, I believe, with that Super Zap Cannon. So they can't even take a KO because of Kricketune. We can heal, do more damage to them, and they don't even item lock us. So we will be doing good. They might go for that Super Zap Cannon here. Which thankfully for us leaves us in a really good spot, considering they're running pretty low on energy. They've used 2 Melanie so far. They have 2 Water in the discard, 3 Lightning in the discard, 3 on the Vikavolt right now, 3 energies. So that could be the almost all their energy here. They're running thin, and they really need to keep those in check. And our Chesnaught is holding the line here, the Needle line, in fact. They're going to concealed cards another energy away and draw 2 more cards, running pretty low on the deck space here. Thankfully, we've got this other Chesnaught V out of our prizes, so we can put that down and utilize more damage with Needle line. And we got a pretty good setup going. We can even Rillaboom again, get another Chesnaught up and running. If they don't item lock us, we could literally switch into that Chesnaught and do more damage to my opponent. And, you know, they've used a lot of bosses already, too. Like, they've got rid of 2 of their bosses. They might have a Serena or something. There's that Super Zap Cannon. Oh, it does 280. Shoo, I did my math wrong. It still knocks them, or knocks us out. That's okay, though. You know what? I'm kind of fine with that, honestly, because we have Rillaboom in play. So we're going to put down, bring up this Chesnaught V. Man, that is unfortunate. I should have planned that a bit better. We're going to Hisuian Heavy Ball here. We can grab that Kricketot out of the prizes, but we don't really need it. I say we just leave it in there. And now we can Voltage Beat once again. Get this Chesnaught online, and we can touch down my opponent. Now, maybe they'll be able to Super Zap Cannon once again. I don't know if they can. Oh, man, I did the math wrong. I did not know they were doing 280, but that does make sense because they have 2 Regieleki online now. Oh, man. That's okay. I'm not too worried about that here, because if they hit into this Chesnaught V, they're getting knocked out. And I don't know if they have the actual resources to go for another Super Zap Cannon, because let's see what they've got. They've got 4 Lightning Energy in the discard, 6 Lightning Energy in total in play. So they might not be able to go for another Super Zap Cannon, and they might just keep paralyzing bolting us, and we should be able to survive that fairly easily thanks to our other Chesnaught in play, as well as our Radiant Tsareena. So we'll see what my opponent does here. They could have an energy. I mean, they got a lot of cards to work with still in their hand and in their deck, but we'll see what they decide to do. They're gonna scoop, that's it. I kind of figured there wasn't a way that they could really continue playing the game, because we had that Serena down. We could just keep healing and keep dealing damage for free with the Needle Line ability. So Chesnaught V taking the dub against Vikavolt Regieleki. So what do you think of my Chesnaught V deck? I'm very proud of this deck. I really do like it and enjoy it. I think that it actually flows really well, and you can have some really cool games that people don't really, that wouldn't really expect to happen with this deck. Because Path to the Peak, still pretty popular, but not like the most played stadium ever. It's not like a 4 of in every deck as it used to be. So Chesnaught V has a little bit of a time to shine here. This is a really cool deck to play at like your local league or whatever, or on the PTCGO ladder. Not a lot of people expect it, and then they don't really have a way. Like, canceling Colognes aren't the cards that are often played, so you can't just cancel a Cologne and Chesnaught and hit into it. Like, this deck really plays around the fact that your opponent is going to hit Chesnaught, and when they hit Chesnaught, you're going to heal damage and reduce that damage and then have more health, because with the Cape and with the Kricketune, you have 310 HP, which is, no, 320 actually, 320 HP, which is absolutely bonkers. V-Guard Energy effectively bumps you up to 350 because you reduce 30, so very powerful deck. And you can heal with Radiant Tsareena. Like, this deck is really cool. It's a lot of fun to play. A lot of moving pieces, but actually Forest Seal Stone really helps make them all come together. And that is the video, my friends. So what do you think of my Chesnaught V deck? I want you to comment down below. What do you like? What do you dislike? What would you keep? And what would you change with this deck list? Also, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the Hitmonchanting channel. I post 2 new Pokemon trading card game videos every single week, and make sure you also ring that notification bell so you never miss out on an upload. And with all that said and done, Hitmonchanting out.